Good, was good. Welcome to Candid Convos. I'm your host, Quay Price. We got Chloe with us today. Say what's up to the people, Chloe.
Hey everybody, happy Wednesday.
I gotta get you pumped up. You be over here with the little.
I mean, when we get talking, I'll be ready. I'm ready. I
All right. Shout out to all the people joining us tonight. Like I said, this is Candid Convos. Appreciate you coming out, checking us out tonight. We do this every Wednesday. Bring the conversations to the people. Invoking some thought-provoking topics. Like I said, just going where we need to go. I know sometimes, folks are scared to have these conversations. And like I said, we ain't like that on this show. So with that being said, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. So definitely go check us out over on YouTube. We're on the Quay Price page. Like I said, drop some subscribes. I'm trying to get my subscriber numbers up. Man,
As a matter of fact, I'm sorry not to cut you off, but I meant to say this last time and I didn't. Everybody stop where you're at. Go over to Quay's page on YouTube and just subscribe. You can get all of the replays for all of the shows right in one place. They're all there. You can even watch from YouTube. I don't know if people want to, might prefer watching from YouTube as opposed to Facebook. But just drop us a subscribe, because it may become a day where we might not be able to do the show on Facebook Live anymore. And we may have to take it to YouTube, because that platform is definitely more suited for these types of shows and content. So just drop what you're doing, subscribe. It'll make it a lot easier in the long run for you to make sure you can stay connected to the content.
Oh, for sure. No, I appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, that's a valid point. Like I said, there may come a day where we got to make a transition. So it's always, as they say, it's always better to stay ready versus having to get ready. So with that being said, I'm also going to throw the link up for anybody who wants to hop on the panel with us tonight. So there's the link in the bottom of the feed. I've also posted it in the chats. There's a chat running right now on my Quay Price page on Facebook. Also, there's a chat running on our Candid Convos page on Facebook as well. Unless you should be able to see that on YouTube as well. But you can grab the link, drop it in your browser, your Google Chrome, your Edge, whatever you're using, your Apple device. Like I said, you do have the ability to cut your camera off. If you're scared, we understand. But like I said, we always encourage folks to bring their face on the panel. Like I said, it makes for better engagement, better conversation. So I'll leave that link up there for a little bit. So, I was gonna make this an open night, but as you guys know, I come across, or I get sent a lot of different videos, and tonight is no different than any other. We're gonna get on into this conversation. Topic for tonight: please help me understand. Let me run that back. Please, with the exclamation mark, help me understand. All right. So, I get a lot of content. I'm in a lot of conversations. I get a lot of videos sent my way. So I've got some videos. And like I said, I think this is a past overdue discussion, but let's get it. So I got some videos. So let's get into this. We're gonna get started. Let's get into this. I ain't gonna even hold it up. Let's get into it.
So Senator Tierra Mack took to TikTok to respond to her critics and her supporters. Check it out right here.
This is tacky. This is lazy. What? Baby girl. No, this ain't it. Do y'all really just be coming on the internet without knowing how to do a simple Google search. I'm a state senator, baby girl. The United States got nothing to do with me. She ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't know why I'm justifying this with a response, but LOL. I literally won my election 60% to 40%. I'm looking to get reelected. Bye. I'm trying to determine which point of envy are these people mad at. Is it the Ivy League degree? Is it the sitting state senator? Is it the bodacious body? Because the hate is real and abundant. I believe the word that you meant to use was reelected. It won't get me reelected. And it probably will because my constituents freaking love that I'm a real person and fun and, not a robot. Platform, baby. I wear them and I pass them. Next. Honey, baby, this ain't it because I have an Ivy League degree and I'm a sitting state senator. It's not about what I'm wearing. It's not about what I'm doing. They won't respect me regardless. Yes, we absolutely need more people spreading joy, positivity, and humor in this, in these trying times.
All right. So, oh man.
Bruh.
All right. So that's video number 1. So, the young lady's name is Tiara Mack. As I understand it, she is the state senator in Rhode Island. And of course, you guys saw the video. She's out on the beach doing a handstand, working, whatever she's doing. And of course, she caught the backlash, right? So it went, of course, went viral because, like I said, she is a state senator. I think, as I understand it, she went to some Ivy League school. So, I guess she's a, declarated, educated woman. Listen, I would think you would have to be to, get to a level of senator. But she caught the backlash, right? And, I don't know if you guys heard that statement that she made towards the end of the video where she said, folks ain't going to respect her anyway. But then, of course, she also said her constituents respect her because she's fun, she's real, or whatever she said. So that's the first video, right?
Oh, okay.
So
wait, you can't just drop that and move on. There needs to be some conversation about that because I would just like to know. I agree with you. Obviously, I can tell that the woman is educated. By the way, when she did speak, I could tell she was educated, but I would like to have seen someone who is educated and who is as declarated as she is to have put more into her rebuttal because you don't sound like a sitting senator to me. You don't sound like someone who is as intelligent as I do believe you are. If you're going to get on TikTok and basically show your behind, you got to know that there's going to be some people that are going to react to that negatively. You have to know that. And then the comment that she made in response to the person that said she's, the United States senator, you are a United States senator. You are, because you are senator of one of the 50 states that make up the United States. So that it wasn't, if you didn't like the way they said it, they weren't really incorrect in saying that you are a senator of one of the states of the United States. I guess you wanted them to say it like that while you're over here responding to whole comments with honey boo kitty. This ain't it. I mean, right. Should we expect more from someone in your position? It's one thing to be fun and funny, right? Like nobody's saying you can't be fun and funny, but twerking your whole behind on social media is not being fun and funny to me personally. And yes, this is just my opinion, but you you really are bringing your level down by doing that. It's not cute. Like, I don't want to see someone who has to make major decisions for me on my behalf for the state that I live in, twerking her behind on TikTok. Like, I need to have confidence in what you can do for me. And you basically lowering yourself to the same, in the same level as Ray Ray and them. Yet I elected you to represent me in my state. So yeah, you're gonna have people that are going to say things about that. They're gonna feel some type of way, and it's not hate. Like, let's stop with that. That's such a weak justification. Nobody's hating on you. You're literally a senator, a whole state senator, twerking on TikTok. Like, that's not hate. Like, we're confused. We don't understand. Why would you need to do this?
Facts.
I'm sorry.
No. It's all good. Yeah, I'm struggling. I'm struggling. Let me throw one more up. That's it. Then we're gonna go ahead and have this, because like I said, I got some stuff I gotta get off my chest. So yeah, I have stuff I gotta get off my chest. So hold up. Let me cue this one up. Yeah, because it just keep coming. So let me cue this up.
In, out. She got it. In, out. In. This is the little coochie dance. In, out. In. Oh, let me teach you something. You go like this.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, what can you do?
All right. So this young lady, her name is Suki something. Suki Hana Goat, or Suki Hana, I think that's her name. She's somebody. And shout out to Rodney up in Lansing. Appreciate you checking in, brother. Yeah, man. But her name is Suki Hana or something, right? So as you saw in the video, she's dancing with some I can't tell if they're Eastern Indian or Lebanese, Middle Eastern, I can't tell. She's dancing with some young ladies, and they're showing her, essentially some of their traditional dance. And then she responds to them and shows them her dance, or essentially her little booty twerk. And this is really why the show is titled what it is tonight. I need somebody really to please help me understand. Yeah, let me tell you what I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to figure out what are some of our ladies doing, like real talk, like what are we doing out here?
Right.
Ronnie said, we're not claiming that as black dancing. Nope, not gonna.
Right.
And you know what, Ronnie, that's part of my question, man. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I see this so much. It's twerking everywhere. So we got Tierra Mack. She the senator down in Rhode Island. She twerking out on the beach on the hands, doing the handstand, right? I got Suki Hana. She's learning some traditional dance, and then her reciprocation to show the traditional dancers some of her dance is a twerk. And I'm trying to figure out, when did our ladies adopt twerking? Like this is our dance. Like, when did twerking become black culture? Like, I'm trying to understand that, because every video that I see now, it's women twerking. Like I said, I don't know if you guys saw the video recently that came out of the brunch. I guess it was a brunch down in Atlanta. I don't even want to put the video up. It's so ratchet. But it was a brunch down in the ATL. and I'm sure you guys are all seeing these brunches. You know, this is like a new concept blowing up now. Everybody doing these brunches now. But it was a brunch down in ATL, and I mean, when I tell you the twerking was going crazy, like it was going crazy to the point where some of the patrons in the restaurant, you know, they were ladies as well. Like they were sitting in shock. Like they almost didn't even want to eat their food. Like they just, you know, they were looking like, where am I at? Like, what am I doing here?
And they were not all young people. It was
Yeah,
grandmas.
yeah, and some of the women that were doing the twerking and standing on the seats and on the tables, I mean, these were 40, 50, 60-year-old women. So I'm trying to understand, because like I said, you know, we say a lot of things, right? You know, we talk about these black highlights. It's one of the excuses we like to use. Or we talk about, you know, people always trying to shine some type of negative light on us. And I'm like, if you're not giving people content, there's no light to shine.
Right.
Yes, so I'm really trying to understand. Like I said, I need somebody to help me. Listen, I'm sure we got a lot of ladies watching right now. We got a lot of folks watching right now. I need some lady to explain to me what is up with this twerking. Yep, like I need to understand that. I need to know where it came from. I need to know how it has become our national dance as Black folks.
Somebody say
And then my second question is to the ladies, and I need somebody to keep it real with me, because I see all of these viewers, so I know y'all watching. I need a lady to keep it real with me. Do y'all look at twerking as disrespect? Somebody keep it real with me. Drop a comment. Come on the panel. Yep,
Yeah,
I'm trying to understand what we are looking at and what we are dealing with.
Yeah, I think so. Don't get me wrong. Like we've always had some dances that maybe would have been looked at as, you know, risque or even raunchy, right? But I guess my thing is, but none have quite exploded like twerking.
Right.
Like none have quite exploded like twerking, like to the point where they twerking everywhere. They twerking at the drugstore, they twerking at the grocery store, they twerking at the brunch, they twerking on the beach. You know, like you got senators doing it, you got, teachers doing it, you got everybody is doing this. And I'm just trying to understand, like, what is this about? You can hardly get a young woman to get on, the dance floor and do something other than twerk. What happened to all of the, like, that's not even really dancing? And I don't know. I guess for me, and maybe I'm coming from, the old school, and, people will probably dismiss what I'm saying. But I just feel like you have to be careful how you present yourself, regardless of where you are. It does not matter where you are. Be careful how you present yourself. Like, I feel like there's a time and place for everything. And in the middle of the brunch, around, somebody's food is not where I think you should be shaking your behind. Like, don't shake I don't know what's going to fall out of that. Don't shake that anywhere near my food. Like, we gonna have a problem. Like, it's disgusting. And I'm wondering where we lost our filter. Like, we don't have a filter anymore. Like, we don't have boundaries anymore. And it's not just about twerking, it's about a lot of things. But today's example is twerking. And honestly, Kawasi, I wish you did have the video of the young ladies dancing in the restaurant, because I feel like, to me, that really drives home the point. Like, it was so bad, like it was so over the top. And I almost feel like sometimes we need that gut check. Like, we need to be slapped in the face with it, because people will think, oh, it's just having a little fun. Oh, it's having a little fun. It's having a little fun, until you see like the effects that it's having on people around you. And you go, oh, people not really, this ain't doing what I think it's doing. it's not having the impact that I think it's having. And I don't know. I just feel like at some point we just gotta, set a standard for ourselves and raise this, because the standard that we set right now is way low. Like, we gotta set a standard for ourselves. I just really care more about, how we present ourselves as far as like our character than how we present ourselves just when it comes to how we look, our clothes, our hair, our makeup, and those types of things.
Yeah, no, I agree. You trying to get me to put that video up, ain't you?
Yeah, I mean, I just think that it would, for me, it was like, wow, like, it's almost like it's a visual representation of how bad it has gotten,
All right, let me
that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, you're gonna make me get that video too.
Come on, Ronnie. Come on, friend. Come on. Come on.
Let me get these comments. Darius Major, he said, shout out to Darius Major for joining. Appreciate you, brother. He said, I'm not sure, but I think twerking originated by the humiliation of slave Sarah Bartman. Researching now. And you know what, Darius? I mean, I could see that, man. Like, that's not even my issue. My issue is when do we stop, man? Like when do we stop? So I understand that things have happened in the past or things occur in the past, but it's like we take it and we run with it. And then, like I said, once again, for me, it's just disrespect. Like, it's hard for you to command respect if that's what you're doing. Like that's hard to do. And I struggle to understand that part. And that's why I asked the ladies. I said, I'm still waiting on the ladies. I see all of these viewers, but I've yet to see a lady drop a comment if it's disrespectful or if it's looked at disrespectfully. So I'm gonna keep on waiting.
And ladies, I actually wouldn't mind having a lady with a different perspective. Like, please, by all means, like, if we're looking at it from one way and you have a different perspective, then, share that with us. I'm trying to understand.
All right, you're going to make me put this video up. I found it.
Listen, it is what it is.
I found it.
Butt out. Butt all out.
Right there. I'm feeling right there. Even in that instance, like I said, the young lady had to pull her friend's skirt down.
Because she barely had underwear on.
Yeah, like I said, I'm struggling. And like I said, I need somebody to help me understand. Help me understand, please. Yep, I'm really trying to understand. Shout out to Donovan Crawford for joining, man. Shout out to all my fellas. The fellas representing tonight. Shout out to the fellas. He said they usually don't feel as disrespectful until attention is unwanted.
Right. Then when some man says something to you or makes an advance at you, then you got an attitude. Why are you talking to me? Don't touch me. It's like, well, what? I mean, you look very available right now. Like, you look like you want me to approach. You look approachable. So I'm approaching.
Right. Yeah, and I think that comment is dead on. But yeah, like I said, I need to understand it, right? Because we're always talking, on this show, we talk a lot about our relationships, between Black men and Black women. We talk a lot about legacy on this show. We talk a lot about building. We talk about our children and what what our children will be about, or what we want to inject in our children after we are no longer here. And I'm just trying to understand it. Like I said, is this what we trying to leave behind? Like I'm lost. Like I am lost. Like it's not adding up to me. What's going on, Rodney? How you doing, brother?
Hi, Ron.
Oh, okay. I think you're
What's
muted.
going on, y'all? How you doing?
Doing well, man. Doing well, man. I'm sure you've been seeing some of this some of this imagery that we got going on, man. What's your thoughts, man? Let me know where you at with it.
Oh man, I had to jump in real quick. First of all, I appreciate you all doing this podcast. I always love the insight that you all give. So I just want to say thank you first. I if I could sum up, I think it's a lack of parenting and a lack of pride and sense of respect for self. So the reason why this topic really speaks to me, I don't have daughters, but I have a wife. Today is our 13-year anniversary, and we have our two. Thank you. And we have our two boys, and we constantly talk to them about. No disrespect to the ladies that were in the video that you put up, but are those the type of women that I would want to marry my sons? And so we talk to them about they're not bad women. I don't want to say that. They've just been misled to think that what they're doing has value. And that's why it's really disheartening, because, my wife is someone that carries herself with integrity. You would never catch her doing anything like that, because of how she feels about herself. Take me out of the equation. I'm just saying how she values herself. So in a nutshell, that's why I think it's happening. My number one thing would be a lack of parenting.
Okay, no, I can understand that. Let me grab this comment real fast. Darius Major, he said, for me, it seems to be an over-sexualized culture. I can see if twerking behind closed doors, but in public, though, how can some ladies demand respect when the presentation is showing that you're loose? Good point. Can't get mad if they receive unwanted attention. Love the podcast and the guests. Peace and love. Appreciate the comment, Darius. Appreciate the comment. Like saying, making great points, man. And like that's one of my main things. How can you have a high expectation for respect? Like I said, if this is your brand, this is what you're putting out. It just doesn't add up. And like I said, this type of thing, this is the thing. Let me say this, because I said I got to keep it a buck. It's not just about the twerking, ladies. It's about what the twerking represents. Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all one question that I see all the time, and I'm not trying to make excuses. This is what I see. A lot of ladies always ask, why are dudes not marrying like they used to? I'm gonna be honest with you, ladies. This is one of those reasons. It's like, how do you expect a man to see that? What do you think a man sees when he sees that? What do you think that man sees when he comes into the brunch after he spent his $30 for his brunch ticket? And he steps in there and all he sees is ladies twerking on the couches. Like, what about that says it's time to get married? You have nothing at all. You have the young lady in the video where her friend had to reach back and try to pull her skirt down because I don't even think the lady had on underwear, but she just twerking away. What about that says I'm the right woman for you since you looking to get married? Nothing at all. And like I said, this is a part of our issue. Yeah, we at some point we have lost sight of some standards. We have lost sight of some self-control. We definitely have some breakdown in our parenting structure. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you look back at that video, it was a couple parents in that video.
They was twerking too. It was a couple mamas. She was twerking too.
And I'm not even talking young mamas.
Mm-mm.
I'm talking about 40-something, 50-something-year-old mamas just twerking it away on the couch on top of the waffles and the bacon.
Yeah. Just all kinds of scattered behind.
So I'm just trying to understand. It's like, ladies, what I need, like I said, I need some ladies. Because I said we got a lot of viewers on here right now, but everybody quiet. I need some ladies to explain this to me. I need somebody to help me understand.
I mean, I want to ask a question too to the ladies as well. And they, thanks. I mean, the fellas really are showing up in the comments. We appreciate y'all.
For sure,
But ladies, here, so now here the dudes are, right? Like the dudes are engaged with this conversation. We see it on the show all the time, right? In the comments, women saying, well, men aren't marrying, men don't want to get married, men aren't marrying. And I mean, first of all, that's a cap. Men do want to get married. And actually, black men want to marry black women.
Right.
And but what are we giving them? Right? Like what product are we, selling?
Right, marketing.
So to speak. Like what are we marketing? Do we think that the twerk is it? Is that the ad campaign? Because I'm just trying to figure out, because just like Ronnie made a good point. Like I have two sons as well. I'm not telling them to go for that. Now one of them girls is acting like that. I'm not telling them to do that. That's actually, let them do that. Because them the ones to avoid.
Thanks.
There was two type of women in there. The ones that was twerking and the ones that was sitting down with the horrified expressions. Like what? Don't get none of that on my food. Like I'm not even trying to be funny, ladies. Like let's lift up a standard for ourselves. We spend so much time and effort on our makeup and our clothes and our hair, and we really are trying to present ourselves in a certain way. But then the minute somebody turn on Juvenile back that thing up, like we lose ourselves. It must be I think it's something demonic in that song. Because every time that song come on, I'm sorry, I don't mean to take it off topic, but I think it's something demonic in that song. Every time that song come on, Juvenile back that thing up, I'm talking about even grandmas drop it like it's hot. It's like people lose their minds. Okay? I don't understand. It's like, what's going on? What's going on? Y'all, I'm just saying.
Chloe, I agree with you that I think, and I know you all just I don't want to move the topic, but to the music, I think there is a narrative that is being pushed as far as, where it comes to the music. You can learn a lot about a society by what music is popular with the young people. I know that hurts to say. I mean, so if those women know that they can get attention, this is where I come back to the parenting. There's no one that says that I love you without having to do that when you're young, when there's girls that are 6, 7, 8, 9. So now when I'm 13, 14, 15, 16, and I didn't have that attention, I can get attention. I'll give you a perfect example. So my son just graduated from high school, from East Lansing High School. 1 month ago. There was a girl in his class that had an Instagram account, and she had 8,000 followers. And so I'm thinking, like, wow, that's kind of a lot for just, well, she was putting up pictures of herself in a bikini, which is not, they weren't nude pictures. She wasn't doing anything illegal. That is okay. But my wife took my son's phone to prove a point. She said, let me look at who is following her. They were men my age following this 16, 17-year-old girl. And one in particular, and this is not, I'm smiling, but it's not funny, that said, I like teenage girls.
Wow.
Profile. So my point is, she's getting the girls, the women, even the mothers, they're getting something from that when they twerk. And that's why, and I do think it's a narrative. I won't say demonic, but I do see what you're saying. Something is off, because I'm sorry, country music is very popular in this country, but you'll never see that. And it's not like people who like country music aren't interested in sex. So why is there this big divide where that's being pushed in our community and not being pushed in countless others? And that's why I put in the comment section, that's not Black music. I will not accept this family as that type of dancing being Black culture. I'm not sure what the women were, because my internet was going in and out, but Indian or whatever they were, Lebanese, that's a part of their culture. That's okay. But I'm not going to accept that and show what that woman, I wasn't familiar with her, what she was teaching, to show my sons, like, this is our culture. I can't accept that. And so at some point there has to be, I don't know. I could go on about this all day. I don't want to let you all talk, but all I can say is we're not holding ourselves to a standard. And we're just not.
So, okay. So let me ask this question. Because like I said, I got to mess with the ladies tonight. So question to the ladies, in any ladies who are not scared to comment, because I said we got a lot of viewers right now, but everybody quiet except for the fellas and except for Shay. Let's say shout out to Shay dropping some comments as well. But one of my other questions is why don't I see ladies speaking against this stuff? And the reason I'm asking that question is because when a dude do something, the lady's gonna let you know. They're gonna call it out. Pull up them sagging pants. Stop creating these single mother households. Be a leader. They're gonna tell you. But when it comes to this type of stuff, I don't see ladies speaking against it. And I'm trying to understand why. When this type of stuff is going on, let's say, because once again, a lot of these ladies that we've seen in these videos, it's somebody's daughter. This somebody's daughter, this somebody's mother. But why don't I see other ladies speaking out about this stuff? Because it didn't used to be this way. I can tell you right now, if my grandma had saw this, somebody was getting snatched up. If my mama, I don't even know if my mom, she might be watching it. If Barb Price saw this, somebody's gonna get snatched up. So I'm trying to understand, why am I not seeing ladies snatching these ladies up? What has changed? Why are we so quiet with this stuff now? Because what ends up happening is, to your point, Rodney, this twerking will become Black culture. Because something that Black folks are good at, and this is one of our downfalls. We're good at grabbing stuff and running with it.
Yes.
Even if it has nothing to do with us, we just pick it up and run with it. But the reason I can say that is because when you think back, or when I think back, when you're at events, and I've even seen this at some restaurants, depending on the type of restaurant, right? But a certain song will come on, and you may see Not all the time, but you may see a couple ladies get up and start doing a little hustle. You might see that. But that has turned. It's like we went from hustling to now we twerking. And I'm like, what happened? And I'm not even saying that the hustling was right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the restaurant is the restaurant, right? But it's like now it's twerking now. And I'm sure everybody can agree that there's definitely a difference between twerking and hustling. So, you know, I'm not going to act like that's the same thing. One is definitely worse than the other. If we just going to keep it real. But now it's twerking, right? So now we at the brunch, or, you know, a while ago when it was the brother down in Texas where he was getting on the ladies that was dancing on his seats and all of that in his restaurant. Now we twerking on the tables or whatever. It's like, how did I need somebody to help me understand? I'm struggling with this one. I need somebody to school me on what the heck I'm looking at for real.
So, what about Donovan's comment? Like, I
agree.
I tend to agree with that. Also, I don't think, I mean, please, ladies, correct me, but I don't think women are for correcting women these days. I don't think women want to correct women these days. I think that even when another woman is wrong, women will bite their tongue for the sisterhood and they will not speak up. They will not call their sister out. They won't even, they letting their best girlfriends go out the house with any old thing on, telling them, girl, you look good, knowing she looked like a ham. Knowing it. Just a mess. Like we don't speak up no more. Like we don't. Other ladies are not checking other ladies, not on a regular. They are not. So instead of, the village mentality, like Donovan said, instead we got the mob mentality. Everybody just join in. Instead of, you know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, no, sis, don't do that. I wouldn't do that. No, instead we just join in. We see it, we join. Instead of saying, no, I don't think we should do that. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm not seeing, I think that's part of the problem. I think that's part. And then you have, when women do speak up, then they want to kind of ridicule you or ostracize you because you speaking up. That's how we get the whole pick me tag. Because you over here, you're not agreeing with the sisterhood. So you must be a pick me. And that's what it is. So now ladies don't want to say nothing. Ladies don't want to say anything. Knowing that any woman watching this that has a son wouldn't want her son to pick that girl. Let's just be honest. Stop the cap. You wouldn't want him to pick that girl. Because if she twerking in public, what else do she do? Let's just be honest. Let's stop excusing this behavior and let's start, speaking against it, because then we can stop some of this stuff.
Right. Can I say? Oh, I was gonna say, can I interject something? No, I agree with everything you said, Chloe, but I do want to and I think you all talked about this in one of your topics before, but I really do think there is a narrative that is being pushed that is helping keep Black people down. And this is one of many examples. You can even take from the musical standpoint, and you all both know I'm a musician, so this is if I was talking about drugs in the 80s or 90s, I was not talking about doing drugs. I'm talking about I'm having to sell it because I just want more money or to take care of my kids. We've now morphed into I'm the drug addict.
Right.
So I do think I'm not a full-blown conspiracy theorist, but I see the shift. And if you wanted to hear hip hop that was positive and uplifting, you can find it. I don't want to say this not happening, but you're not going to find it on mainstream media. And that's the shift. And so one of the things that I do when I go into schools, I haven't been able to go into schools, and I always do a freestyle rap for the kids. And it's the reason I do it is because it's more to show them that you can be entertaining, it can be fun, it does not have to degrade Black people, degrade women. Now, I'm not saying any of that in the rap. I'm showing them that because kids 17 and under, they're not seeing it. So then hip hop is, this is how much lean I have, this is what I'm smoking, that's what it is to them. Unfortunately, I mean, I hate to say that, and that's not what it was. So I do think there is a narrative being pushed. So it's cyclical. So if I can get Black women to degrade themselves enough, not every Black woman, but enough, and then these Black women that are twerking, or the senator, which thank goodness I haven't seen yet, but I've heard you all mention it a couple of times. Millions of people have seen that video. So it is popular. So the Black woman that's like my wife, that's fully clothed, that's a professor at Michigan State, and I'm uplifting her on my Facebook page, that'll get 7 likes. But the senator twerking, that's millions. So that's sending a message to the young girls. And those young girls were young when Back That Thing came up are now mothers and grandmothers. So they have that mindset of that being normal. And it's disheartening, because that's the battle that we're fighting. And the reason why I put the comment, and I wasn't trying to be funny about the how many videos of Asian women do you see doing it? I'm sure if I searched it, I could find one. There's some Asian woman somewhere on this planet that's put up a video doing that. But I'm saying their community looks down upon that behavior. So that'll never go viral. That'll never go viral. But the one that the Black woman that's doing that, or the Black women that are fighting and pulling out each other's hair, that goes quick. I look at my friends that are Middle Eastern, that are in, you can put up anything you want. They would never put up on social media something degrading their culture. Ever. And I know thousands as a violinist, I see it. They put up stuff, but it's never like poking fun at Chinese women, making fun of, never. They because there's a sense of pride there. And I believe that starts at home, that needs to be taught. And I think we sometimes push materialism and not wealth. So even the Black people that are educated are busy working, not raising their children. So they might have as much as the Chaldean man. I'll stop there because I can keep going, but you get my drift.
No, I get it, man. Let's see, you're making some valid points. And like I said, that is where I am struggling, man. So to your point about, that has to be taught. A lot of us were taught that. Yep, a lot of us were taught that, right? So we know the difference between right and wrong. And we already know disrespecting yourself is wrong. Like, we already know that. But it's almost like, and that's why I asked that question earlier, do the ladies find it disrespectful? Because see, that's really where the deciding factor, or that's really where the line is at. If you don't find it disrespectful, then when you do it, you see no issue. Yeah, but see, that's my point, just using the, Tierra Mack, the senator from Rhode Island, as an example. I mean, this is a senator, right? So she made sure you knew she was educated. She made sure you knew she went to an Ivy League school. So she wanted to give you her credentials to set the tone, so you know who she is. But then she's twerking on the beach, and then she posts it on TikTok. And see, that's what I'm saying. As an Ivy League educated Black woman, you don't find anything about that disrespectful, because you want us to know your credentials so that we will respect you a certain way based off your level of intelligence. But then yet you will go behind that and twerk on the beach and then post it. And to Darius's point, okay, you may be twerking in private. Do what you do. That's your private life. But when you go put it on TikTok for the world to see, from my perspective, you're not looking at it like it's disrespectful.
Right.
And see, that's my point. I know we're saying that this is a parenting issue, but a lot of our parents did teach us this. They taught us the difference between right and wrong. I said a lot of our grandparents taught us this stuff as well. You know, like I said, grandma didn't hesitate. If she saw you out there on the street, on the sidewalk with the little boy across the street, and you was doing something, as they said, you was acting fast.
Being fast.
Right. Grandma snatched
Being
you up real
managed.
quick. She snatched you up real quick. Then, you know, after she got with you, then she told your mama too. So we was taught this stuff. But it's almost like we've decided to throw our teaching out the window for attention, for likes. You know, I think a lot of ladies probably maybe doing this for male attention. But I'm like, is that gonna get you the attention from the right male, ladies?
Not only that, but I feel like women, and I want to speak about women. You want to read his comment?
Yeah, let me get this comment real quick. Vince Williams, he said, shout out to Vince, man. You should have been on the panel, bro. I had a spot for you up here. He said, there is no balance. I grew up with the birth of gangster rap, but I also had grandparents that were Kojic, saved. So I understood that the music was just entertainment, not my reality. Now parents are portraying the music. It's a good point, Vince. Good point. Go ahead, Chloe.
No, I was just saying, like, basically kind of expanding off what Vince is saying. Like, unfortunately, I see a lot of women, even in my age group. I'll just take my age group, right? Like the late 30s, early 40s, right? Like, we grew up understanding right from wrong. Like, there were things that our parents probably would not let us do. So we wouldn't be the young girl on social media with the bikini. Like, that wouldn't even happen. Like, our parents would let us be out there like that. But I think what's happening is we've gotten so loose with our morals, like our standards have dropped. So now, even though we weren't raised that way, some of us are raising our children that way, right? So now, you know, what we would have been told was wrong, right? We're like, oh, let's let the kids have fun. The problem is, like Vince said, there is no balance to it. So once you let the kids start doing these things, once they start, you know, exposing themselves that way, you can't go back. I guess I'm trying to say, like, you can't go back. Once you drop your standards are not going to go back up unless you make a concentrated effort to do that, right? They're usually just going to kind of continue to decline.
Right.
And to the point where you're accepting anything. So you almost have to lift up a standard for yourself, and you have to try to maintain that for you and your kids, because everything around them is going to tell them that whatever they think, whatever they feel, whatever they want to drink, to do is fine, because it's all about pleasure. It's all about what makes you feel good. So it's going to tell them it's fine. So you almost have to lift up that standard. You almost have to keep that morality, because the moment you say, oh, well, I just do this, right? It's a slippery slope. Or I'll just do this, because it's very hard at that point to justify, well, if I did this, then why can't I just do this? It's a slippery slope. So you have to be careful with that. And I feel like what happened is we weren't paying attention, right? Like, we allowed that, oh, this seemed okay. So we allowed it. It seemed okay. It's not that big of a deal. And then we allowed something else. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. And now look where we are. We can't even go to brunch without a twerk fest. At brunch, in the middle of the day at a restaurant, because we weren't paying attention. We didn't realize our standards had dropped that low. We look up and we're like, oh, this is where we are. And I think that, you know, we have to start speaking up about this stuff. This stuff ain't okay. It's not okay. You know, It's a lot of stuff going on right now. Honestly, that's not okay. That I would love to discuss on the show, but people not ready. You can see that by the fact that this is very much a female topic. This is very, very much a female topic. Not that men shouldn't have an opinion. Obviously, yes, we need men to be talking about this as well because they're the other side of this. Because I do believe a lot of women are doing this for attention, male attention. But women, this is women's opportunity to have a say, to speak their piece. And, you know, not enough women are responding. And I think it's just it's a tell. It's a tell that women are silent. Women are not speaking up about character when it comes to character conversations, when it comes to moral conversations. Unless you're talking about what the Black man is doing wrong, it's hard to get a woman to speak about it. You can't get women to speak about it. Not all women, obviously there's always exceptions. Shout out to Shay. Like there's always exceptions, but in general, it's hard to get a woman to speak about it. It's hard because at the end of the day, as women, we have to accept some accountability as to what's going on. We have to accept that we have allowed it to get this way. Men were not the reason why we twerking. We're not gonna put that on a man. Men are not the justification for why we showing our behinds in the middle of a restaurant. They're not. This is completely and totally on us, ladies. We have to own this one because a man is not telling us you better twerk or else. So, I mean, this is just women not wanting to hold other women accountable. This is women not wanting to own the fact that somewhere along the way, we messed up. We messed up. And I know this is not what we're talking about, but since I'm on my rant, I'm going to say what I'm going to say, then I'm going to get off the soapbox. Women, Black men are not marrying us. Part of the problem is, I'm not going to put it all on us, but part of it is because we messed up. We were so busy running around telling them we didn't need them. I don't need a man. I don't need a man. I don't need a man. I can do it by myself. We were so busy doing that. The men was like, oh, okay, you don't need me. Cool. So, I mean, I'm just going to have some fun. Why settle down for what? You don't need me. So I date you. You know, I sleep with you, but I'm just going to have some fun because you don't need me. You don't really even want me like that. You got women saying they want 2 houses. He stay in one, I stay, and all this foolishness. We have to admit that we messed up. We told the men to get out of the way. Get out the way. Let us do it. So the men scattered. And then we proceeded to mess up because there was no balance. Like Ben said, there without the male and the female dynamic, there's no balance. There's no one gut checking us saying, whoa, wait, is that right? Should we do that? Is there a different way? Maybe that's not the best way. There's nobody, because girlfriend ain't gonna do it, because girlfriend gonna tell you, go ahead, sis. She's not gonna check you. So there's no one checking you. There's no one telling you that that's a bad idea. There's no one telling you that that path is only gonna end with you being alone. There's no one telling you that. Just you on autopilot, listening to the narrative that society is feeding you, that Black woman is this, Black woman is this, Black woman is that. Hear her roar, and Black men ain't shit. And y'all know I don't even cuss like that. But get into this, ladies. You have to hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable. That's why we in the restaurant feeling like it's okay to shake our behinds all over somebody's food in somebody's restaurant. It's disrespectful and it's classless. But no woman wants to speak on that. Let's not talk about that. It's not cute and it's not fun. tacky. And your white counterpart that you love so much, that you fought in her feminist movements that ain't had nothing to do with you, that you stood up with her with women rights and that ain't have nothing to do with you, your white counterpart wouldn't dare do that. She wouldn't dare. But Black woman, I can do whatever I want. You are putting yourselves out there to be embarrassed and to be, I don't even, taken advantage of. You literally are entertainment.
Playing yourself.
You entertainment. And every time y'all do that, the internet does not hesitate for 1 second to put y'all out there like that. Just like Rodney said, you're not gonna see the Asian women doing it. You're not gonna see the Indian women doing that. And I don't mean Native Americans. You're not gonna see them. You're not gonna see it. But anytime Black woman, you step yourself out there and you do that, it's going to go viral. And it's never going to show us in a positive light.
Ever.
And I'm going to step off my soapbox.
I will say this. I mean, I think there's some people, and I'm sure you could make this case with some other cultures too, possibly, but that they're not living in reality. That's the best way I can put it, because you know, we live in an age with the internet and social media that you can, I mean, I can be whatever I want to be online. So meaning I could make myself look rich. I can make myself look like I have a lot of women. I mean, I can make myself whatever I want to be. And something that my wife and I do a lot is
We might have froze up on us. I think you froze, Rodney. Yeah, I think you froze. Hey, there you go. Go ahead,
sorry,
man.
that might have been my internet. I'm sorry.
No, you good. Go ahead, man.
But I would say if we went to Chloe's Facebook page, okay, and my wife, who doesn't know you, is looking at your page, what we a lot of times will discuss is what is not on her page. Not what's there, what's not on Chloe's page. And a video of you twerking would be a perfect example of something that's not there. So we look at that to see. So my point for what I'm saying is we have a lot of people that they don't see the repercussions of doing that. They're looking at the short-term gains, which is I get a lot of attention now. Because I bet what we didn't see in that video that you posted was how they reacted to all of the comments and the likes. We didn't see that. We just saw the twerking in the restaurant or whatever. So I think you have to be kind of living actually in reality. And the reality is no man is going to take that woman seriously. I don't care how many comments, how many men say that's sexy or something along those lines. None of those men would actually say, this is my future wife. There's no, let me put it to you like this. When I talk to couples that have been married 50 years, none of them are going to say, you know what, my wife, Kim, when I saw that video of her twerking in that restaurant in Atlanta, I knew we were going to be together for the rest of our lives. There was a certain connection. No, you know, I'm being funny, but I'm serious at the same time.
Oh my God!
You know, so if no one is telling those girls, and I keep coming back, and I agree with you, some are being taught that, but that should tell you the power of social media and the power of attention. Because I do agree, some of them are taught and still fall into that trap. So we have to be very careful and actively teach our kids. I think that's something that's just not happening at the same rate as other communities.
Yeah.
You know, we'll mention it like, hey, 12-year-old daughter, you shouldn't have sex as I'm bringing groceries into the car. But are we sitting down and saying, hey, this is why I'm telling you not to do this? Because here's what can happen. Or this is why your mother and I are not together. These are bad choices that I've made, and I don't want this to become generational. But in my opinion, I don't think those conversations are happening enough. So when I talk to my friends, I'm like, that's great that me as a 45-year-old man, I know it. Does your 12-year-old know it? Your 13-year-old? Because those are the ones. And I just don't feel like people are living in reality. In reality is going to hit those women at some point, especially the young girls. The world is gonna hit them, and when it hits them, there's no good black men out there. That's when I hit my reality point. Like all the twerking, what did I garner from that? I look at it as an investment. I'm investing in twerking. What is the gain that I'm bringing out? Is it a husband? Is it attention from guys? Or is it something that I got to try to delete off of social media when I'm 50 because I don't want my 20-year-old daughter to find it?
Right. Yeah, and I agree, man. Good points, man. Good points. Well, I said we're about at that time, so I didn't want us to run over tonight. You guys got anything you want to say in closing? Chloe or Rodney, anything you want to say in closing before we get ready to get out of here?
No, I think I've probably said enough.
Okay. All right. You got anything you want to say in closing, Rodney, before we get out of here, man?
Just wanted to say thank you again, and shout out to my wife. She's not here because she's picking up my son from work, but and appreciate you all, doing this podcast where we can talk about it. I guess my closing thoughts is like, I just take this so seriously when it comes to, and I'm not saying other people don't, so I don't want to say that, but like, this is not a game dealing with this topic is very serious because, there's a lot of dysfunction in the Black community. And I just feel like we're talking around different topics. And this is just one of many. It could be drugs, it could be vaping, it could be sexual abuse, it could be physical abuse, and we're not actually dealing with the issue, and I just think that's something I've seen a little bit and just heard other cultures doing more than us. So, for example, with my sons, when they were 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, you are never to hit a woman. And then here's why. And then when they're 8, 9, 10, I still don't want you to hit a woman, even if she's blasting you on TikTok, even though she's doing this, even though she's being loud, that still doesn't, but that's been reinforced. And I don't feel like that's happening in our community. So I would just say, I choose not to comment and like those videos because that is fueling the fire. So if I saw a video like that, I'm not going to share it with 4 people, say, don't we look dumb, because you're helping it continue, And I guess my final closing thought would just be, we got these kids. My son said something to me when he was 3 that I say all the time. I said to him, oh, boy, come over here. And he said, I'm not a boy, Daddy. I'm a man in training. And I think we need to look at these young boys and girls, not as boys and girls, babies, and they're women in training. And if you look at it like that, like you're training them to go out in the world and be productive, I think that would help, as opposed to thinking of them as little kids, because they're not going to be little kids forever. Because what's painful is all those people and those women in those videos, they were 3 years old at one point. They were cute little girls. Somewhere between that and what we saw in the video, community, their families, they failed them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the point.
Man, no, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I'm just gonna say this real quick. Let's see, we're gonna get out of here. Just in closing, we got a lot of work to do. Yeah, we got a lot of work to do. I'm calling on all the women who can hear my voice, who will watch this video right now, who are gonna watch it later. I need y'all to start calling this stuff out. Yeah, we have a huge situation right now with accountability. And I do not see people holding themselves accountable for their actions. And those actions are going to catch back up with us, and it may be too late. But we got to start calling this stuff out. Like I said, we got to start holding people accountable. And then the other thing is I'm starting to feel like we're dealing with a lot of women with low self-esteem. Yeah, we seeing an explosion in these spaces. If it be this twerking, if it be all of the material lashes and weaves and surgeries and the heavy makeup, like all of these things, and it's starting to feel like it's low self-esteem. And I'm like, we gotta continue to have these conversations. We got to, to Rodney's point, we got to start grabbing up these young folks. And I don't even care if they're your kids directly. Yeah, we got to start grabbing up these young folks. We got to start grabbing up these young girls, and having these conversations. I say, because there's definitely something going on. Folks are not carrying themselves the way that they used to, and there is definitely something off. And then in addition to that, now I'm seeing grown mamas doing the same stuff that the little girls is doing. I'm gonna make this last point and then we getting out of here. Parents, you are your children's parents, not your children's buddies. Yep, as parents, you still got to maintain a level of authority within your household. I'm not saying don't have a good relationship with your children, but your children have to understand that you are still the parent. Y'all not the same age. Y'all shouldn't be doing the same things. So, man, let's get back to what we know, what we were shown, what we've seen successful examples of. Yeah, we didn't get this far twerking. Yeah, let me keep it a buck. We did not get this far twerking. Yeah, we got this far off of faith. We got this far off of intelligence. We got this far off of drive. We got this far off of carrying ourselves like adults and respectable people. That's how we got this far. So, man, let's get back to it. Because like I said, what we doing right now, the twerking senator, twerking at the brunch, twerking on the waffles and the bacon. I mean, this ain't it. This ain't it. So I'm going to leave it at that, man. Shout out to everybody who joined us tonight. Shout out to Shay for getting in here and not being scared like some of the other ladies. Shout out to Shay. We appreciate you dropping your comments. Shout out to my guy, Vince. Better yet, AKA Oud Wood. Shout out to my guy, Vince. Shout out to Darius Majors showing love. Shout out to Donovan Crawford showing love as well. Let's say shout out to Rodney, repping on the panel with us, repping Lansing all day long. Let's say we do this show every Wednesday night, Candid Konvos, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, every Wednesday night. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. So definitely like, share, subscribe. We run away from no topics. Yep, the goal is to move us forward. And that means we're going to have all these conversations that everybody want to run from. I'm going to have them on this show. So just know that now. But man, when you get a minute, drop a like, drop a share, drop a subscribe, spread the word, spread the message. We're trying to grow the platform and get these great conversations to as many of our people as we can. So, man, with that being said, everybody have an awesome night, and we will catch you guys next Wednesday.